my goodness. Ah, right, am I live? I think I am. Oh my. I might be the biggest imbecile known in the Seven Seas. I don't even know what to say, like, genuinely. I woke up at 5 AM, slept through, well, not slept through, but woke up and turned off all of my alarms, so I missed the sprint. And now, for some reason, when I set my another alarm to remind me to stream, I, for some reason, set it for 7:30, thinking that, you know, quali was at 8 AM, when it's not. It's at 7 AM, so quali is starting in 3 minutes, and I've had to rush around everywhere. I've never moved so fast in my life. So, yeah, how this has gone so horribly wrong, I don't really know. But, on the flip side, I am here, and I am locked. So, there is that. That's not too shabby. Right, let me get up. Ugh. Bloody hell. Let me, hang on. Do that. And then that. That. Right, I need to get me live chat stuff. I currently can't say anything. This one is... Okay, wait, I need to... Oh, quali starts in 2 minutes. Yep. That's all good. Lovely. And then on the Twitch channel, activity feed, chat. Okay, lovely. I got it locked in. So now... That should say 17.5 minutes. Okay. I managed to lock it in. And, yeah. We're here for it. Okay, I need to make this smaller. There you go. Now you can see all 20 drivers. Sick! Okay, right. I think we can lock it in now. Absolutely insane how this has gone so wrong. Of course, you know, I said it just now. I did miss the whole sprint race. I slept through the whole thing. I woke up at 5 AM. The sprint race started at 3 AM. Although I haven't actually seen, like, the highlights or even a replay of it, but I do know that Lewis Hamilton won. By a good margin as well over Piastri, so round of applause for you, sir. That is world class. Very, very happy for that. That is gas. But we're here for quali. Like I said, I thought it started in an hour, and I didn't actually realise until 6:54. So I had 6 minutes to set up my stream, thumbnails, titles, tags, description, the whole shebang. But we're here. That's the main thing. No one cares. The fact is, I am here. I am locked. Lewis cooked. Did he really? I love to see that. Didn't he? I think he won by, what, 6 seconds over Piastri? That's gas. I love that for him. Well done. He's doing Sebastian Vettel, winning for Ferrari in his, like, second or third race. As quali is now underway, I'm aware you can't really see the track right now. I just need to get the start time correct for the timer. And then we go from there. Oh, I haven't even made predictions. I haven't done anything. I to be honest, I don't really think about it. I've been playing Minecraft all night, and then it just sort of dawned on me, like, hang on. Quali! Run! And then, yeah, now we're here. So, there you go. Lovely. So now, if I do this, that should be good. And now, we have everyone out. I do need to quickly move all my live chats, though, so I can actually see them. That would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? 7 seconds, Lando P9. What happened to Lando? Was he just really... Was it just a skill issue, or was there, like, a bit more underlying problem? Because, I mean, when I saw the results, I wasn't expecting that. I would have expected him to gain places, not lose places. Had no pace. Wow. I weren't expecting that, to be honest. Definitely not. I wasn't expecting Lando to have no pace. But a good thing it's only a sprint that means absolutely nothing. Couldn't pass Stroll. Yeah, I saw that. He was directly behind Stroll and Antonelli, and just sort of couldn't do it. Okay. Right, anyway, let's look in at quali. I'm just in a complete fluster at the moment because, like I said, I thought it was going to start in an hour, and it's not. It's started now, so I'm not really... It's doing that thing again. I'm not really fully locked at all. In fact, I'm the opposite. But give me a few minutes. Stop doing that! Oh, this website's so cringe. It moves up when there's a new weight leader like that. Stop! Now, obviously, we do also have... I added it to the quali streams. We do have the, You can see, like, the overlay. Like, you can see people, like, on their laps. Like, you know, the sectors and stuff like that. So, Stroll kicks us off at 24.6. I don't actually... I'm so bad at this. I don't even remember the... I don't remember, like, a good lap time. I don't remember a good sector time. I don't remember anything. It is absolutely shocking. Let's just hope for another Liam Lawson failure. Okay, why is everything moved now? I'm getting really, really sick of you. Alright, that'll have to do. That. Oh, it's all going horribly, horribly wrong. Right, we're good. We've done it. I've done it. We're good. Okay, so, Hulkenberg is going to be the first one to complete a lap. Wow, half a second up on Stroll through Sector 2. Yeah, alright, boss. You do you, I guess. That's not even Stroll, that's Alonso. Oh, Alonso just had a horrible sector. That's really bad. Of course, Alonso did get diffed by Stroll in sprint quali. Don't know how he managed it, but there you go. Lance Stroll crosses the line to do our first lap, a 33 dead. Isn't that really slow? I know. Nico Hulkenberg then beats him by 0.4 of a second. See, I knew that was slow. Gabriel crossing the line to go 3.5 or 2.5 tenths behind his teammate. That's not bad. It's all right. It's okay. You know? And Alonso, once again, just not at his teammate's level, but they are both quite a way behind Hulkenberg. So I'm not entirely sure what Aston are cooking or what Alonso's cooking. I don't know if he's lost the passion. I'm not too sure. Yuki Tsunoda's going to be the next... Oh, Yuki Tsunoda sacks it off as Sainz goes P3 behind the Saubers. I'm not sure what's going on there, to be honest. Ollie Behrman then creeps up to P2, still behind the Saubers. Then we have Alex Albon. No, we don't. I'm lying. We have Hadjar who sacks it off and goes into the pits. We have Ocon with the... What is happening? So both of the RBs have sacked off their fast laps and gone into the pits. Hulkenberg is quickest ahead of some decent cars, and Ocon's fastest in Sector 2. Crosses the line. Is it a little P1 job? Oh! By 0.3. Okay. The lap times still have to go down by quite a lot. As Gasly then goes P1. That's nice. Jack Doohan is somehow... Okay, so Jack Doohan gives up on his lap. We have Liam Lawson actually on... Not great. Alpine spun. Oh, Jack Doohan. Okay. Antonelli goes... Oh no, he's starting a lap. Liam... Wait, what? I'm so confused. Why is everyone sacking off their laps at the final sector? Lando Norris crosses the line and goes P1, but only by 0.2. I don't get it! Why are they all giving up, like, at the final corner? Then we have Charlie, currently, what? Up on Lando by a very high amount? Right, what is going on in them Sector 3s? There is some... As Hamilton then goes fastest by 3.5 tenths. Alright, fair enough. What about Oscar? Go on, Oscar! Hey! Takes... I was going to say provisional pole, but it's just not what it is. So yeah, a very, very fascinating opening laps because, well... I'm so confused. I'm just absolutely baffled. Because you had Leclerc, who was like a 10th up on everyone, and then lost 1.9 seconds in the final sector, and it's always in the final sector. Alright, cool. We still have a couple more cars, though. We have the Mercedes, you know, you've got Kimi first. Looking at the Mercedes duo, pretty much equal through Sector 1, but Antonelli is way up there. Way behind, I should say, in Sector 2. Anthony goes P3, half a second off Hamilton. And here comes Posh Spice around the final corner. And he is going to go to P3. There is something dodgy happening in the final sector. There is something strange because everyone is losing a second. Like Russell, fastest Sector 2, almost the fastest Sector 1, but has a horrible Sector 3. It's also important to note, Norris, someone had their lap time deleted, I think. Yeah, Norris had his lap time deleted for track limits, of course. Well, what else is it going to be? And also, Albon, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Hadjar, Lawson, and Doohan all haven't done a lap yet. So, let's take a look at that. Lando Norris Team Radio. But he's not happy. I think that's the message to take away. He's not an happy boy, is he? Ain't like it really matters. He was quite slow. Verstappen now on a lap. Sector times are very nice. And he's got a slipstream from Dak Doohan. So will he take advantage and go into the top 10? Surely. I mean, I'm still not quite sure what's happening with these Sector 3s, but hopefully Verstappen can actually lock it in, have a semi-decent one, get into the 39s, and actually get up there. There you go. A good Sector 3, 39.6, those are the results. Lance Stroll now making his way through Sector 2 at 24.4. It is going to be a green sector. Isaac Hadjar does a 24.5, so a little bit down on Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso 2/10 up on Stroll through Sector 1. Gabriel Bortoletto 24.5, almost equal with Isaac Hadjar. Isn't that just fun? That is very fun. You right, Yang All Black? 2024 no less. The 2024 version. Yeah, okay, I get it. You said hi 3 times. Hello. Greetings. Adios. Wait, no, that's goodbye. Hola. Lance Stroll crossing the line. It's a little double improvement. Hey, little P5. And Isaac Hadjar. Purple Sector 2. Fastest in Sector 2. Please have a sort of decent Sector 3 and actually go up there and benefit off your great Sector 2. Hey! There you go. Little Isaac. Up in P4. We'd love to see that. Then we have Fernando Alonso. I think he was up on Stroll through Sector 1, and he stays up on Stroll throughout the entire lap by only a 10th. I tell you what, the Astons have been really, really close this weekend. Gabriel Bortoletto goes in between them in P7. And then we have Yuki Tsunoda. Some very nice sectors. Crossing the line. Hey! Little 10th up on Hadjar. You like to see it. Although Hadjar, still a very, 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 very good lap. Jack Doohan, yellow through Sector 1, only P13, 2/10 off Gasly. Next up is Carlos Sainz across the line, and he goes P10. It's alright, you get away with it. And then we have Alex Albon. You know, he's going to cross the line. Does he beat Sainz? Yes, he does, by a very, very, very large margin. Now, Liam Lawson actually putting in quite a good effort. This is a top 8 worthy lap time, unfortunately. Crossing the line, and Liam Lawson goes to P15! Yes! Oh, I love it so much. How have you messed up Sector 3 that bad, my son? And there's still 2 cars that haven't done a lap time yet. Gasly goes up to P11. Finds a little bit of time. Now we have Nico. Not bad, really, through Sector 1. Goes P7. Alright, well, after Australia, Hulkenberg clearly locked in. He's driving outrageously today. And yesterday. I'm not sure what happened with Leclerc, though, because it looks like he did put in an actual lap. It just didn't work. But he is starting another hot lap now. We have 6.5 minutes left, so you could still probably at most get 2 more hot laps in, and that's probably what they'll do. Oscar starting another lap as well. Esteban Ocon coming around the final corner to finish a lap. Goes green in Sector 1. A very nice Sector 1. Stinky Sector 2, though. And he does improve to P12, although I don't think that's going to be enough. He is going to have to find a little bit more. Although we don't really expect the Hasses to get through to Q2 on a weekly basis, do we? You know, usually the bottom 5 is going to be like, you know, a Hass. As Bearman goes P7. I'll tell you what, Ollie Bearman, the flip he's done is genuinely outrageous. He goes to Melbourne, crashes in FP1, misses FP2, crashes on his first lap in FP3, misses quali, spends the whole race at last driving on his own, comes to China, annihilates Ocon in every session. That's my go. Lando Norris burst his little Sector 1 skis, little 24 dead. I don't think we've seen a single lap in the 23s yet, in like any session. We might in like, you know, Q3. And yeah, how's Charlie getting on? See, Charlie isn't improving, so I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on here. Antonelli finding time, Russell finding time, Norris finding even more time. So Leclerc here is going to have an unbelievable Sector 3, and even though his first 2 sectors were air, he somehow finds a P11. Russell nods up to P8. Next up, we have Oscar, who is not improving and doesn't improve. Now we have little Lando Norris. Like I said, he's gone purple. You can now see it. He's gone green. What's he gonna do? Go P1. Oh. Again, though, with these Sector 3s, Kimi Antonelli currently in the bottom 5. Whoa! No longer in the bottom 5. He's in the top 5. How's he done that? We may never know. That is outrageous. But yeah, these Sector 3s are very dodgy. Like, what is going on with them? Why are they either like, it's 2 different things that happen. They either have a really bad Sector 1 and 2, and then find an abundance of time in Sector 3, like Leclerc. Horrible Sector 1, horrible Sector 2, and still goes up to P13. It's still bad, but he should have been in the bottom 5 and goes up to P11 at one point. Lando Norris, purple Sector 1, really good Sector 2, comes home P7 with a 40.1. That's 4/10 slower than anyone. Like, even, like, the bottom, like the top sort of 6. Ow! It's just a straight line with one corner. It's a straight line with 2 corners. Like, is it just... You know what I think it is? This is why Hamilton is thriving. I reckon it's the exit of turn 13. Because that's where he got pole over Verstappen in the sprint. Because he had such a better exit out that corner. Which obviously means you have an increased speed going down that entire straight. Just gaining free time. So that's probably what it comes down to. It's just the exit of that corner. We have 3.5 minutes remaining. Now we're going to see the absolute stockpile of cars coming out of the garage. There's Liam Lawson having a massive snap and looking like he's barely able to drive the car, which... Yeah, see, that's the issue that Liam Lawson is facing, and it's what Perez had, it's what Albon had, it's what Gasly had. When Verstappen drives that car, there's very little oversteer, there's very little corrections. When I just watch Liam Lawson try and drive it, every single corner, the car is snapping and he's having to correct it. Because of the way that car is. It's a known fact. Low speed corners, Hamilton is half a second quicker than Leclerc. I've also seen, I mean, this weekend, I have seen a lot of people saying Leclerc's, like, washed because he's getting diffed by Hamilton in his second race. But, like, realistically, shut up. That's what I have to say on the matter. Because, like, he's allowed a bad weekend, you know? He might just not be very good at China. You know, like, Perez at street tracks, or Verstappen at fast and twisty tracks like the Netherlands and Japan, or Hamilton at, like, Singapore or whatever. Just stuff like that. Some tracks a driver might just not be very good at. You know? Bloody hell. Saying Leclerc's horrible and washed because he's, like, getting diffed on one weekend. He'll probably come back next week and, you know, put Hamilton in his place. It just shows the difference between, you know, a Hamilton fan and... Whoa! What? Speaking of Hamilton, what was that? That is one of the maddest bits of oversteer I have ever seen. He was actively steering right, and the car just kept going left for 5 seconds. That was crazy. What a performance by my... I can't even work out what that's meant to say. Anyway, Lance Stroll is going to be the first geezer to start their final laps. We have 1 minute left of Q1. Every single driver is going to get one more lap in. And this is where every corner counts. Lance Stroll going green in Sector 1 with a 24.2. That's nice. Hulkenberg goes a little bit worse, but still alright, a 24.3. As long as it's green, it's okay. Do you know what I mean? Then we have Fernando Alonso ahead of Stroll by a very small margin, only by a 10th. And he is going to go and put a 24.1. Ugh, that's nice. Lewis Hamilton, a 24.3. I think he's safe anyway, but that's pretty bad. As Bortoletto, a 24.3 as well. Now, Charlie, he needs a good lap. And that is a horrible sector for the Ferrari, but it is green, so you get away with it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode I don't know of trying to get Fat Grim cancelled. Sorry for the 1 month break. Yep, don't worry. You know, seasons of shows usually have a break in between them, so it's all good. Lance Stroll's going to be the first one to complete his final lap tonight. He's currently green and yellow. Horrible sector 2. Rounds the final corner, gets a bit of traffic with Dak Doohan, but he does get a bit of a slipstream, crossing the line, and he goes up to P7. We have Tsunoda, purple sector 2. Hulkenberg crossing the line. Hulkenberg goes P7 and ahead of Stroll. Love that for him. Yeah, so Tsunoda, purple sector 2. Lando Norris goes into the 23s in sector 1, and it's purple. Fernando Alonso, horrible sector 2, crosses the line, somehow finds time and goes up to P6. Lewis Hamilton, all yellow, goes green in the final sector, doesn't improve, he should be okay. Bortoletto crossing the line, stays P15, so he is probably going to be exiting Q1 at this stage as Leclerc finds what he's been missing and goes P2. Yuki Tsunoda goes P1 by 2 bleeding tenths. Oscar Piastri sacks off his lap because he knows he's safe. George Russell, not safe at all. Now he is, goes up to P2 ahead of a strap-on. Isaac Hadjar down. Where is he? He's at P9. He goes fastest! Oh! And then Lando has to ruin it, the balding prick. Oh, so happy. Carlos Sainz, P18, goes up to P8. He's definitely safe. Good lap by Carlos. Albon as well. Also safe. Well done, Alex. That is great by you. Kimi Antonelli currently in P10. He should be safe. Doesn't find any improvement, but he should be okay. Gasly in P18. Knocks Bortoletto out. Knocks Behrman out as well. By the way, Behrman hasn't done another lap. He is currently not improving. He's sacked it off. Esteban Ocon nicks up into P13. Where's that come from? And that is going to be the end of Q1. What? Where? Alright. Liam still deserves the seat over Tsunoda? Surely, with another P20. You know, the back-to-back P20s. You know, that's good. Even Perez weren't this bad. He was pretty good at China last year. He got like a podium, got in Q3. It's lovely. Woo! Well, that's Q1 done. Your bottom 5 exiting quali. Pierre Gasly. Ollie Behrman, such a shame. I don't know if he just made a mistake on his second lap. Got a bit of traffic. I'm not too sure, but I feel like he easily had the pace to get through. Jack Doohan as well, Gabriel Bortoletto and Liam Lawson. 4 of the 6 rookies leave us in Q1, and Pierre Gasly as well. Lance Stroll getting through by, 700ths. Hulkenberg getting through, Ocon getting through. Both of the Williams, both of the Ferraris, both of the Mercedes. But the highlight of the session, Isaac Hadjar and Yuki Tsunoda. P2 and P3 with Isaac Hadjar ahead of Tsunoda. What is life? Baby, don't hurt me. Right. 15-minute timer. Lock that in. Fuck it. Timer off. Alright, boom. boom, we have a yellow flag. We have 2 yellow flags as well in sector 4 and 1. Not sure what's happened there. George Russell, team radio.
And George, just so it is clear, we do need this next lap.
I think people had hope that Lawson would be a better driver than Tsunoda. I don't think anyone had... I don't know. I haven't really seen many discussions about it. I mean, from what I've heard, Tsunoda weren't even in the conversation. You know? That is gas. Bro, I tell you what, the Lewis seems off. Does he? I mean, he had that massive snap on one of, I think, his second lap. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not watching it, so you can see like whether he is off. I tell you what, the Red Bull, there's a Twitter account called RBR Daily. They are by far the most biased account I have ever seen. Not towards Red Bull, which you'd expect, towards Max Verstappen. Any other driver in that team, it was Checo for years. They hate them a lot, and they don't help. Liam Lawson, although I'm you know, cherishing these moments of failure, I do feel bad for him because his career is being utterly expunged, exiled before our eyes. And that RBR Daily, the biggest Red Bull fan account with 120,000 followers, just put, Liam Lawson is out of Q1 ending in P20. He is out-qualified by both Racing Bull drivers. What? You're meant to be supporting him! Why are you saying that? Absolute bellends. RBR News is where you want to be. That account is gas, although they don't seem to post anymore. I don't know why they did just sack it off, but that account was so clear because they actually had, like, they supported both drivers, you know? They didn't just out one for literally no reason. Anyway, Q número dos is about to start any second now. I'm desperate for a shit, and I didn't brush my teeth this morning because I had to wake up and then get straight on the stream. And, yeah. Are we gonna get started? Or is there like, okay, we are started, nice one, there's just no one going out. Cool. Alright, so the bottom 5, I'm gonna make a little prediction for the bottom 5. Oh no, why is everything frozen? No. Oh! Bollocks! It started and the timer's like frozen, so I don't know. Twat! Lewis Hamilton, quote, what? Oh, it's 2 different quotes. Okay, it's a quote by Lewis Hamilton. I don't feel the pressure. Rome wasn't built in a day. Alright. What if it was, though? Alright, the live timing seems to be a bit, alive now. We do have some cars exiting the pit. The timer says, 13 and a half minutes. Mine is about the same, so we'll just leave it as it is. That would be okay. And locked. I do just like doom scrolling F1 Twitter though. I just want to see some funny comments to Lawson's exit. Yeah. There's nothing. Everyone, I swear, like, the world has just become less funny in, like, the last 5-10 years. Like, I thought that, the fact that Lawson's gone out again at P20, it would cause some very funny, tweets. But it's so dead. Like, it's so bad. Like, come on, everyone. Think of something funny. Anything? I give up. I'm bored. You're boring me. Let's just lock in for Q2. Let us do it. So, F1 on there, albeit it's a minute behind. F1 on here, up to date and live. Why has it done that? Stop doing that. Stop being an arse. Thanks. Alright, so, is anyone going to get started? I believe Esteban Ocon is doing that. Ocon's going to get us started for the first lap. Stop! It's going to do it again now, isn't it? Prick! Thanks. Alright, so, Esteban Ocon, first sector, a 24.3. That's about the slowest we've seen this session. You don't really see 24.4s. Then we have Russell, no, sorry, wrong one, Antonelli with a 24.2. Alright, still not great. Russell a 24.2. Sainz a 24.3. Wow, these sector 1s have been horrific. Ugh, I feel like I can't concentrate. I feel like a horrendous stomachache. And it's like taking all of my brain power away. Sector 2's Ocon, a 10th and a half up on Antonelli. Not sure how he's done that. Russell a 27.4. Anthony 27.6. That's about it. Alright. Oh, stop. So Ocon, so go around turn 14, a very hard braking zone. Also rounding the final corner. There he goes. For the first lap in Q2, it's going to be a 31.8. Not bad. It's alright. Antonelli then overtakes him by 2/10 with an unbelievable sector 3, sorry. George Russell then goes another 3/10 quicker than Antonelli. Alright. Sainz goes slower than all of them. Not great. Isaac Hadjar's going to be the next one to do a lap. He's rounding turn 16, the final corner. And he goes P4 behind Ocon. Yeah, that sector 3 is definitely where you can make up the most time because they keep doing it. Lando Norris, 2 purple sectors. As Lance Stroll nips up to P3, only 2/10 off Antonelli. That is quite a good lap, really. Lando, once again, though, in the 23s through sector 1, 27.3 through sector 2, as Yuki Tsunoda continues the form that he showed in Q1 and goes up to P2. Oscar Piastri goes P1 by a 10th over Posh Spice. Fernando Alonso goes up to P8, miles off his teammate. And now we have little Lando Norris, who goes P1 by 4/10 of a second. Lewis Hamilton is about half a second off, crossing the line, and only P6 for Hamilton. You're right, he does seem a bit off, to be fair. That is an outrageous lap by Lando. 3 purple sectors. especially the 1 and 3, were absolutely outrageous. And yeah, he's half a second up and he's gone into the 30s. Leclerc crossing the line, he goes behind Hamilton by 20 milliseconds. Leclerc has been sort of back to normal for like the end of Q1 into Q2. Albon then splits the Ferraris and goes P7. Then we have Max Verstappen, a really nice sector 1. Hey, or P3, I like that. And finally Hulkenberg, who actually goes up into the top 10. That is very impressive by Hulkenberg. And it does seem like Verstappen does just put that car. You can't really say puts that car where it shouldn't, because realistically, that's not physically possible. I just think it's very simple explanation, really. The Red Bull is the second quickest car, but only Verstappen can drive it like the second quickest car, you know? That's what it comes down to, really. But still, that lap from Lando, jeez Louise, 4 tenths up. He's probably safe just off that, surely. I don't think, you know, the bottom 5, you know, Stroll, Ocon, Hadjar, Alonso, Sainz, Hulkenberg, Ferrari, and Albon, I don't think any of them are gonna get into, you know, get into the 30s. That seems outrageous, especially at the moment only one can do it. So I reckon Lando can just vibe now, you know? It's also important to note that Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton and Leclerc were all on used tyres. So that's actually a pretty good lap times from them, really, to be, you know, up there on the used. That's nice. I do also love the idea that, you know, Lawson goes out at P20 again, and they immediately interview him. Like, you know, how are you so shit? And then he has to sit there and go, well, we just really struggled. We thought we were going to be higher, and we weren't. I really struggled with the tyres. Where have I heard that one before? Congratulations to Lando on pole position. It's definitely looking that way. I mean, especially when he's put, you know, 4 tenths between himself and Piastri. You'd assume so. You'd hope so, anyway. I mean, that'd be a tremendous bowl job if he has that kind of pace. Why Lewis on the FIA thing? What's the FIA thing? Oh, hang on, there was a Lawson team radio. Right, this is Lawson at Q1 when he went out.
Wait, Gasly just... I don't know why. Honestly don't know why he needs to do that.
Yeah, copy.
Blaming Gasly, are we? For your own mediocrity. Yeah, alright, yeah, sure. It's definitely just not Lawson's problem. Like, it's really not. It is just the car. Like, I feel like people don't understand, right? This is the final thing I'm saying on this until, like, next race or whatever. And if someone asks me. But Lawson, before he went to Red Bull, was pretty... Yeah, he was okay at RB. He got diffed by Tsunoda, although people pretend he didn't. He did. But he did okay, you know? Seeing as it was like his 4th race, he was okay. Sergio Perez, before Red Bull, when he was at Racing Point, arguably top 3, top 5 drivers on the grid. And he always was, throughout, like, between the years of, like, 20... After he left McLaren, which was his 2nd year... After he left McLaren and went to Sauber and Force India, or I think it was just Force India, he was top 5 on the grid every single year, voted by the drivers. Pierre Gasly, after leaving Red Bull, is one of the best midfield drivers. Maybe not now, this season, but when he was at AlphaTauri, especially in 2020, you know, and when he went to, you know, his first season of Alpine. Really, really, really good. Yuki Tsunoda hasn't even had a chance. And he's thriving. And in a way, I hope he doesn't get a chance, because it's not going to work. And also, Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull, went to Renault, then went to McLaren. He's going to get the victory now, quote by David Croft. But no, he went to Renault, and he was better than he was at Red Bull. It's not bleh. Anyway, final laps of Q2 are now getting underway, I believe. I know, there's 3 minutes remaining. Everyone could get 2 more hot laps in if they did a little double-double. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, I thought one of my tweets actually got a like or a comment, but it's just, it says it's got 3 comments, but all of them are like, it says show additional replies, including those that may contain offensive content, and then you click on it and it says show and there's nothing there. Wait, one of my tweets banged! Wait! One of my tweets! Not really, but it kind of banged. Williams got reported to the stewards because they didn't send in onboard footage of their car from sprint quali, and it got reported like Williams have not turned over onboard camera footage of FP1 meant to monitor the rear wing flexibility. What do you think will come of this? And I just replied, the stewards will find it in their spam folder. And it got an like. That's my first tweet that's got a like. Oh no, that one got 2 likes. Hey! That got 10 likes! Hey! My tweets are banging! That sounds so sad that I'm happy about it. It's like, you know that image of the guy sat on his chair, and it's got like 1 like. Hang on, Russell crossing the line, his final lap. Doesn't improve. What a horrible Sector 3. But you know you got the image of the guy sitting on the chair, and he goes like, it's got like a tweet that has, wait, 1 retweet and 2 likes, and he goes, shit, this doing numbers. That's me right now. That is me, you know? What day is it, by the way? Wait. It's Saturday today? Oh, type shit. Alright, Kimi Antonelli starting his final lap. Let's actually lock in. Nico Hulkenberg, yellow and green, goes P9. I'll be very surprised. Yeah, that is definitely not enough. Hulkenberg will most likely be out of the session. Oscar Piastri, P3, crossing the line, stays P3. What is going on with these Sector 3s? I don't get it. Hamilton, purple Sector 2. Come on, Lewis. Again. What is it with the Sector 3? Please. I think Hamilton's still safe, but like, come on. Actually, he might not be. There's only 2 tenths. There's a 10th between him and getting knocked out. Charlie, currently on the right cusp of it, goes P6 ahead of Hamilton by half a tenth. But again, another yellow Sector 3. Esteban Ocon currently up on the Ferraris, kind of. Crossing the line, goes P10. But with, you know, I mean, that knocks Hulkenberg out, so he is going to be the first driver out. As Isaac Hadjar goes P4. Okay, it seems like your mate got a bit of pace in it, blood. And I'll tell you what, Hadjar is currently up on Tsunoda. And Tsunoda crosses the line and goes behind Hadjar. Oh, that is very interesting. Lance Stroll, green and then yellow, rounds the final corner. Is it going to be enough? No, Lance Stroll is knocked out of Q2, finishing in P13. Ocon, Hulkenberg and Stroll all out so far. Antonelli fails to improve. Alex Albon crossing the line, fails to improve. Will Alonso knock out Alex Albon? He doesn't. He goes ahead of Stroll. But Sainz could knock out his teammate. Go on, Chile. Yeah. Alright. I was expecting a bit more excitement, to be honest. Again, Sector 3. Honestly, this might be a hot take. Sector 1 and 2 doesn't mean anything. Because Sainz is Sector 1 and 2. I mean, he wasn't really, but he was up on Albon by about a tenth and a bit. But loses it all in Sector 3, like everyone did. Like, the first 2 just don't matter. So, your bottom 5 eliminated. in Q3, or Q2, sorry, is going to be Esteban Ocon, who misses out by 30 thousandths. That would have been an unbelievable performance, considering, excuse me, how far behind he was in Q1 compared to Ollie Behrman. You know, after the first run, Ollie Behrman was like 3 tenths up on Ocon. For Ocon to not only have his teammate get knocked out, but almost make it to Q3. That's a fine performance, Ocon. That's nice. Well done, you, sir. Hulkenberg as well, 37 milliseconds away from making it. Alonso, only another half a tenth behind, gets ahead of Stroll by a tenth, and Carlos Sainz in P15. Lovely. Alright, let's get the timer ready for the final session. We are going to have reuse this, and then it's going to be a 12-minute session. So we're going to get an 11.5-minute timer, so I can actually, like, you know, time it. Put all that on there. Okay, lovely. Now I'm going to reconfigure the live timing thing I've got. I'm going to cut off them and then make it nice and big like that. I'm also going to make this longer so you can see the sector 3 times, and then I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to make this smaller to there, and then I'm going to move this to there. There we go. And then on the short stream, you can see the top 9 already, so I'm just going to leave that as it is, because that's fine. Lovely, alright, I think I've cooked with that. I'm going to move the track a bit to the left. I'll also extend this out a bit so you can actually see when the drivers go around and stuff like that. But yeah, I've cooked with that one. I also just forgot to put this on the overlay. I mean, I could change it so it says this, but obviously there's stuff in the way, so we'll just bin that off. Hi, remember me? I do remember you. I remember the name at least. I do remember Planes Aviation. I remember laughing at it because it's just like, it's not real. I mean, like my name is like an alias, you know, my name is Krim, you know, but Planes Aviation is great. I love it. But yeah, I do remember it. I do. POV, Ferrari changed the setup. They must have. They must have, you know. It's the only answer, really. I mean, how can you get P1, albeit by only 18 milliseconds, but how do you get P1 in the sprint quali and the sprint race, and you're barely getting into Q3 a day later? Like, why do they keep doing it? Honestly, tell me, why do they keep doing it? Because it doesn't work. Like, just stop. It's like they put it all on red and it comes out like yellow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work. Alright, I think what we need to do is play something a bit more, you know, higher beats a minute type shit. Q3, lock it in, you know, we're ready. Who's getting pole? Ferrari maybe saving tyres for Q3? Maybe, but they did use a new set for their final runs and still only managed the P7 and 8. But they're through, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, for pole position, Lando, I feel like you can't not say Lando. Like, you sort of have to. Like, it's almost an obligation at this point. I'm also going to say Lando Norris because, well, look at the Q2 gap. Although he is known for a little bottle job, so let's see about it. What was the points gap between Lando and Piastri in the sprint? Because Lando got 1 and Piastri got 7, right? So, okay, well, Piastri gained by 6 points. That's a lot. But if Lando can diff Piastri in the Grand Prix, he will extend that gap out in front. And that's obviously what matters to him right now. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to make this fun. Usually, when I make it fun, it doesn't happen, because that's the point. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to say, I mean, it starts off boring, but picks up. I'm going to say, Max Verstappen P2. I'm going to predict the same front row. I'm going to go for a Yuki Tsunoda P3, Kimi Antonelli P4, Hamilton P5, Hadjar P6, and then Piastri P7. And I might as well do the rest. Leclerc P8, Albon P9, and then I'm predicting a Russell mistake or stinker to go P10. That's the fun one. Now, the brain one, I'll do an extra one for my brain, you know, for, like, what I actually think. I think McLaren knock out the front row with Verstappen in P3. I then think Russell, followed by Hamilton, Antonelli, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Hadjar, Albon. That's the brain one. And they could both be horribly wrong. And if that's the case, I'd welcome it. Because if both of these predictions were wrong, then the top 5 would be like Antonelli, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Albon, Leclerc. And that's fun. I'd like that. I'm welcoming that. I am welcoming being wrong. Because it means the grid is more fun, you know? That'd be nice. But we do have everyone queuing up at the end of the pit lane. Any team radios? Nico Hulkenberg.
Very annoying what he did. Just left the car with into the braking of 14. That's pretty nasty.
Oh, he's not happy. Isaac Hadjar.
Clearly felt the change. Could have pushed more.
I clearly felt the change. Ugh. I could have pushed more. He might, I mean, I know he is French, but he might have the strongest French accent I have ever heard in my life. Like, genuinely. Alright, here we go then. Q numero 3 is now underway. We have Verstappen, Posh Spice, and Kimi Antonelli already out on brand new tyres. Like, immediately out. Hang on, I've got to change this again because they keep changing it. Stop changing it. Stop changing it. Stop changing it. Right, so now you can see how long's left. Yeah. You can see the top 10 tyres, lap, gap, sectors. That's a class setup. Lewis is now in stage 2, where Ferrari make a good car for sprint weekends and shit for qualifying and race. I remember that last season. They did that quite a lot. Looking at the tyres, we have the entire grid. Oh no, actually we don't. So, Albon and the RBs on used, everyone else on brand new tyres. To be honest, why is their first Q3 runs on brand new tyres? I understand you want to get like a banker lap in case there's a red flag on the final run, but realistically, you're just wasting that set because you're going to use another new set anyway at the end to try and go even quicker. You might as well just whack on a used set and just get that lap in. Or just not do any lap and just do one at the end on brand new tyres. But like I said, I think they do want to get that banker in. So, George Russell is the first driver to get us underway in Q3. A good sector is a 24.2 or under. Russell is going to put in a... Oh, alright, what about Verstappen? There you go, that's more like it. Verstappen, a 24.1. That's nice, I like that. Kimi Antonelli, a 24.2, so we're only a little bit behind Verstappen. That seems okay. It looks like Verstappen is ahead of the Mercedes right now. Isaac Hadjar is going to put in a 24.3. Not bad at all, to be honest. I mean, you're within a 10th, or a little bit of a 10th of the Red Bull. That's fine. Yuki Tsunoda then goes ahead of Hadjar by 8 milliseconds. Max Verstappen 27.2 through the second sector. That is also not too shabby. You know, all of the cars through sectors, that's why I'm saying sector 1 and 2 are kind of irrelevant, because look at the sectors. 24.1, 23.9, 24.3, 24.3, 24.2, 24.2. Like, they're all the same. Sector 2s, we have 27.2, 27.3, 27.5, 5. Yeah, they're all similar. Verstappen now, rounding turn 16, the final corner for our first lap of Q3. Will he get into the 30s? Crossing the line, and he does. A 1 minute 30.9 to kick us off. Kimi Antonelli crossing the line, and he is going to be 7.5 tenths back, losing 4 tenths in Sector 3. Jesus wept. Isaac Hadjar goes ahead of Antonelli by 2 tenths, and George Russell, horrible. What a lap. 2 minutes 3. Yuki Tsunoda behind his teammate by 2 tenths, only coming in Sector 2 is where the difference happened. Alex Albon crossing the line, he goes P5, right behind Antonelli. Oscar Piastri, though. What a lap this could be. Alright. 30.7. That'll do. Lando, currently 2 tenths behind that lap time. Lewis Hamilton, actually not awful from Hamilton at all. Goes up to P3, neck and neck with Verstappen. What about Charlie? Charlie, currently 2 tenths down on Hamilton, which means he'll probably go around the P5, P6 area, regardless of a good Sector 3, which he does get and goes P4. And finally, little Lando Norris, who goes P2 with an unbelievable Sector 3 and goes within a tenth of Oscar. Oh no, we do have one more lap, to be fair. We do have Posh Spice. And then once Posh Spice finishes, we'll have, everyone would have done their first runs. I mean, Russell is doing okay, but he's nowhere near the McLarens. I mean, it'll definitely go ahead of Antonelli, just how far up exactly. Splits the Ferraris, that's pretty good. So, the first lap is done. Oscar is leading us by a tenth over little Lando Norris. And I mean, Verstappen, to be fair, it's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. There's only, you know, 2 tenths between Norris and, like, Leclerc. Like, a top 3 or a top 4 is very much up for grabs for any of these top 6. I think, you know, Hadjar, Tsunoda, and Antonelli and Albon might have all been humbled, as I believe Antonelli has had his lap time deleted as well, so that is obviously... That's very tough. You don't want to see that. That means he's got to do it all on his final lap, or he'll be buggered. Any team radio? No. Boring. How long we got left as well? We have 5 minutes left. That seems quite a lot. That means, it's time to doom scroll Twitter for 2 minutes. Nothing fun, really. Well, we do have Alex Albon going out though, so I think that'll be my doom scrolling over. Very, very dead. Like on my Twitter, that's like linked to all this, like my YouTube stuff, and it's got the same name, whatever. I only see F1 related posts and they are all so dead. I mean, one tweet I saw, which I replied to, was, the Red Bull without Verstappen isn't a midfield team, they are back markers. Let that sink in. So I just said, the Red Bull without Verstappen is a top 3 car, but only Verstappen can drive it. Let that sink in. So we'll sack that off. We'll sack off the doom scrolling. That's now finished. Let's lock in for the final runs of qualifying and see if either one of my predictions are correct. Another front row lockout? It's looking likely, and I'll be very surprised if it doesn't turn out that way. I do think Lando will, like, pull one of his, like, 90+7 injury time, like, quality, like, lap record breaking laps and just nick pole. But don't down Oscar to also do the same, you know? Oh, a little bit of an incident there with, I think Tsunoda exiting the pits and Verstappen had to swerve him to, like, not hit him. That's a bit dodgy. Or it's Hadjar. You don't want to see that. He could have killed someone. He could have been killed. So, Alex Albon to start the final runs of Q3. On used tyres, by the way. Well, not used, but, like, second hand, I don't know. Going around turn 1, 2, 3, and 4. Why are they all separate corners? I'm not too sure. So it's going to be Alex Albon first, Antonelli, then Verstappen. It's basically just in the order currently is. Alex Albon goes yellow through sector 1 at 24.374. That is pretty horrendous, to be fair. Don't like it. I really, really dislike it. Antonelli with a really nice sector 1 at 24.17. That'll do. That's like almost equal with Russell. I like it. Max Verstappen going through and does 23.9. Hey! I love that. Isaac Hadjar at 24.1. That is also a really, 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 really good sector 1. These sector 1s so far, incredibly equal. Lando Norris, a 23.96. It's not the fastest, but it's still pretty darn good. Lewis Hamilton, sector 1, is going to be a 24 dead. Blood, these sector times are outrageous. What about Oscar? This is a very important sector 1. It's going to be a 23.996 and doesn't improve. Oh. Alex Albon looking like he's not going to improve his lap time. Crosses the line and he doesn't. Not even close. Alex Albon will finish most likely P10 in this quali. George Russell starting his final lap much later than anyone else. Kimi Antonelli with some very nice sectors. Crosses the line and goes up to P7. That's not bad, but I reckon he'll probably go on and finish in P9. Max Verstappen, purple sector 1, yellow sector 2, and he goes. He says P3. Lando Norris, by the way, a very, very horrible sector 3. Isaac Hadjar moves up to P7. Very, 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 very good effort by him. It's not looking great for Lando, who actually abandons his lap. Lando Norris sacks off the lap, and he will be most likely P2, unless Hamilton does something magical in sector 3. Which he doesn't. He stays P4, right? Okay. What about Oscar? Doesn't improve in the first 2 sectors. Crosses the line, and does find... What? Is that not the same lap? I'm fairly certain he's just done the same lap. Is he not? I swear the gap between Lando and Piastri is already 90 milliseconds. I'm not too sure, but we do have 3 more lap times left. We have Charlie, who is currently up on Hamilton. No, he's not. He's down on Hamilton. Crosses the line and stays in P6. Alright. Yuki Tsunoda abandons his lap, even though he was improving. And finally, George Russell, with some very nice sectors, crosses the line and actually splits the McLarens. Eee, that is very, very nice. Also, the lap time did actually, you know, update between Piastri and Norris. He did actually extend the gap. So, Oscar Piastri takes pole position in what is one of the worst Q3s I have ever watched in my life. In that entire grid, only one position really changed at all, which was Russell taking P2. That's it. Everything else is the same. Yuki Tsunoda was having some okay sectors, but decided to sack it off, probably because he was half a second off Antonelli. Isaac Hadjar beats Tsunoda by half a second. Alright. Yeah, that was horrible. I feel like I didn't show nearly enough excitement, but there was nothing to get excited over. Nothing happened. I mean, Piastri extended his lead, and actually that was crucial in him keeping the P1 over Russell, but like, even still, nothing happened. Alright, well, sure thing. You know what? Cool. That is going to be qualifying over. Oscar takes the pole. Looking at my predictions, none of them were correct. I mean, in my fun prediction, I got Hamilton right in P5. And that was it. And in the brain one, I got 1. I got 2 correct in the brain one, and 1 correct in the fun one. So that's just, yeah, maybe I should just not listen to my brain. And you are correct. No, yeah, Piastri. There is a Piastri radio. Here you go.
I think that was the hairpin of my life.
Yeah, that was some good stuff there. So that is P1. P1, well done, mate. Pole position. Great job.
Very nicely done. Thank you. I just had a little scream in my helmet, so I'll not burst your eardrums, but thanks everyone. It was a bit of a journey to get there, but well done. Very, very good.
Love that. And we also now have a Lewis Hamilton radio. We'll say something then. Oh, there actually just is nothing. It's just a second of nothing. Okay. Well, qualifying is now over. I am going to head off. Probably just sleep again, to be honest. Why not? And yeah, especially after how horrible that session was. That was really bad. But I mean, overall, I do think that quali is the best part of an F1 weekend. It's just a shame that Q3 couldn't really deliver. But to be honest, it's just because of that Sector 3. For some reason, there is something in that Sector 3 where, depending on one corner, your entire session changes, you know? I mean, Piastri was 2 yellow sectors, does the hairpin of his life, and extends his lead, you know? Like, that is where any sort of change can happen. Like I was saying, Sector 1 and 2 are basically completely irrelevant. So, that's all from me. We have, of course, the Grand Prix tomorrow. I did obviously miss the sprint race as well because I overslept. Well, I keep saying, I didn't actually oversleep. I just kept waking up to my alarms and kept turning them off and going back to bed. I need my brain, like with practice, when I woke up to my alarm after 2 hours sleep, my brain remembered, like, you have to get up for F1. It didn't do that, so that's why I kept going back to sleep. But anyway, no one cares, it's done. You can't cry over spilled milk, you know. The Grand Prix will be at 7 AM tomorrow, the exact same time that Quali started. Yeah, 7 AM. So, to be honest, I can actually have a full night's rest and actually wake up at, like, 6 AM, which I normally do anyway, for, like, you know, to get my content stuff done early, so I have the rest of the day to myself. Alexa, stop talking. Why did she just start talking? That's a bit confusing. I hope she didn't, I mean, I could hear what she said. I hope she didn't say anything dodgy, you know, at my address or whatever. But yeah, 7 AM tomorrow. 23 hours from now, we have the Grand Prix. Alright? Hopefully it's a good one. I mean, after looking at the sprint results, where, like, nothing really changed in terms of position. hopefully it's an absolute belter. Maybe a bit of rain, maybe just like some action and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you a lot in 23 hours time. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back. Goodbye.
Don't know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Wait to shake the ground, you feel it moving with the revolution. If we are one grain of sand in the middle of the ocean, can you try to understand how a touch can cause explosions? Rise up, I'm too great to be landed. Rise up, we're too great to be standing. They never gonna stop us, fly at 'em like choppers, better cook those risks, cold butter my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always had a feeling that I won't deny, not work, never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise.
I didn't even realise that was Oscar's first pole position. That's kind of gas.